So I'm Kellie Reinert. That's how I'm known. My married name is actually Kelly Vivanco, so you might know me a couple different ways. I'm a growth marketing leader for a B2B SaaS organization. So what exactly does that mean? It means I get to focus on our entire customer base, from attraction to engagement and conversion, retention and expansion. So really maximizing all growth opportunities at each stage of a customer's journey with us. How do I do that? It's really relentless data analysis and experimentation. Essentially, my specialty is really translating data to actionable and persona-based insights, which leads me to why I teach the course, or which course I'm teaching, which is Audience Insight. And I see Audience Insight as really a triangle effect of the three elements, from a psychological analysis on consumer decision making. So we're really looking at cultural impacts, attitudes, perceptions, and really even the way we learn or store memories. Then there's this next layer of an introduction of ethnography, which is really a new term to a lot of students, but it's essentially qualitative research methods to really better understand consumers. And then there's the aha moment. And that aha moment is really understanding consumer behavior and being able to apply it to our integrated marketing communication strategies. So students really get to learn and discuss the impact of messaging appeals and persuasion and so on. I teach in the program for several reasons, really, and I think the list could probably go on. I've always wanted to teach. I'd say that was one of the main reasons I went back for my master's degree, is because I knew it would be a step towards that. Why is that? Because I really ultimately wanted a chance to give back, but selfishly, there's a little bit of take there too, because I get to learn so much from students. And I think that's really the area that surprised me the most is just how much I'm learning from them. Great experience and examples, the questions that really help drive engagement. And so that's why I teach. And then there's the program itself. So IMC is actually the area of emphasis that I took for my master's. And so I personally just got a lot of value out of the program. Again, from learning from my peers and just having really tangible takeaways to add to my portfolio and my depth of knowledge. So I just really admire the program, the students, and everyone involved with the program. So my students will very much understand this, and discussions is probably the primary area where I do this, where I get a little bit on my soapbox and start adding in some examples of my real world experience. So this course does take that perspective of really that business to consumer, private sector piece. I work primarily in B2B. So I really do try to bring in those examples of how we can actually position this from a business to business perspective. So I'm constantly giving examples or pushing back and asking additional questions to kind of help nurture that knowledge as well. Beyond that, beyond discussions, I should say, it's, updating course content. There's a couple areas that I updated last time just to add in those B2B examples, or just add in some real world examples. And then just feedback on writing assignments as well, just to add to their knowledge and get them to think a little bit, more critically. So I feel like I'm pretty available by all communication methods. So just at the top, it's, from email, which is probably the most common, but I'll text with students from time to time. That's the most direct way to reach me. I'll hop on phone or Zoom calls, you name it. It really comes down to their needs, and probably accessibility if they need me quickly to ask a quick question. I also understand there's different learning styles. So I think being available like that is super important for me, but also for them. What's interesting is I had a student from a recent course contact me after grades were posted. We connected on LinkedIn and we were just chatting about the course. And she specifically was like, we were just talking about do we do office hours and, this virtual learning, and how do you sort of nurture that office hours virtually, I guess is where it really went. And I was like, you know what, that's a great idea. So one of the things I'm introducing actually right now is to just hosting virtual office hours 15 minutes at a time. We'll see how it goes. But I really love this feedback because it gives me new ideas that I can test out. And if it works, great. But if not, we're learning and we'll figure out where to go from there. But just again, that accessibility is so important, I think, to students, but also to me, to ensure that they're getting all their questions answered. Ooh, great question. Okay, I have a story with this, but it's got to be Disney's Hollywood Studios here in Orlando. Why? So my husband and I used to, every Friday after work, pre-pandemic, we would go, and it was this inside joke with even my coworkers at the time, that we would go and get a quick drop because we would jump on the Hollywood Tower of Terror every Friday night. That was just what we did to kind of just blow off steam and enjoy ourselves and enter the weekend. We still do that from time to time. It's just not every single Friday. But I also think it's a fantastic theme park because now they have the whole Star Wars land, and the rides are just incredible, and you kind of just live in the world of Star Wars. And what makes a great theme park is really a good mix of different types of rides that are accessible to everyone, no matter your fear level or your, what you might enjoy. So I've got to say that's probably my favorite park.